Hey everybody, Ben Frederickson here for another episode of Inside Pitch alongside Jeff Gordon. And hey Gordo, we don't have really many things to pick on the Cardinals for. They're first in the National League with a record of 21-14 after this 17-day, 17-game stretch. They have a plus 23 run differential, and they haven't lost a series during this gauntlet. Now they get a breather, and now they got to go out on a pretty tough road trip. But before we dive into that, what were your takeaways from this pretty impressive gauntlet the Cardinals just finished running?
Well, you got to love the top four guys in their batting order. That looks really, really good. You got to like let's say the top three guys in their bullpen. That looks really, really good. And on balance, the rotation is, need more innings out of Cam and a little more stability out of Carlos. But, the rotation's held up pretty good. Now, about the walks. I mean, I guess that would be the negative of this stretch and trying to get John Gant and the others to just throw more strikes and just help themselves out. But on balance, all things considered, the team finally gained some traction, and it seems like it has a good vibe.
Alex Reyes looking pretty good in that closer role too, which is huge because Jordan Hicks is going to be out for more than a month, we've learned. And with Reyes doing that, he really is providing a hammer there. He's one of like three guys in the majors who has 100% save percentage in 10 or more opportunities. I think he's going to get a lot more as the season progresses. Mike Schilt wanted them there. We're seeing why. One thing that gets your point of throwing more strikes, the Cardinals their pitchers are not allowing home runs, Gordo. They're right up there with the Mets and fewest home runs allowed per 9 innings. The defense looks great now that Bader and O'Neill are back. Throw strikes, make this defense go out and rob hits, and they're doing it. So even more reason to put the ball in the strike zone because the ball's not flying out of the park. The guys are keeping it the home runs down, and the defense is playing great. Let's look forward now, because if there's one thing to say, I'm not so sure folks should go crazy about the Cardinals just yet. They're 6-8 against teams that have records above 500, Gordo. They go and play the Brewers, a team that got them earlier this season, a little banged up. Christian Yelich on the injured list. And then after that, a trip to the Padres, the team that knocked the Cardinals out of last season's playoffs. Both of these teams are second in their divisions. They're playing well. This is going to be a better test for the Cardinals here this road trip.
Yeah, again, they're getting pretty good starting pitching. Could be a little better. You don't want to start putting a lot of guys on base, in particular when you get up against the Slam Diego Padres. Oh my, that team can really rake. You don't want to put yourself in harm's way there. And I think in the Brewers, Craig Counsell has done a great job. They had a 6-game losing streak, but with a lot of guys banged up, one by one, they're getting their players back. And, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be a heck of a race between these two teams. And I'm sure Milwaukee's got this one circled. So, yeah, an exciting week ahead. And let's see if there's the traction that this team gained by beating up on the Rockies in particular. Let's see if it carries.
It'll be much more impressive if they're able to win these next two series. And then you start talking about a team that's looking like a true contender. The Cardinals are healthier. Yadier Molina back with his mom in attendance. I think his slugging percentage is like 8,000. The Cardinals should probably make sure that she's at every game moving forward. And you also have, the outfielders back. They're going to go forward without Hicks, but this is the healthiest we've seen the Cardinals in some time. So they're healthy at a good time, a big test coming. We'll have all the coverage at stltoday.com, and we'll be back next week for another episode of Inside Pitch. For Jeff Gordon, I'm Ben Frederickson. Have a good week, everybody.